Finally, we will look at the Gospel of John, Jesus' beloved disciple, his closest friend, the only one of the original 12 apostolos, sent ones, that Jesus chooses to when he inaugurates his ministry, who is not martyred or, in Judas's case, takes his own life. He dies in old age. And it's probably in his 90s that he puts together this gospel at the end of the first century, some 2-3 decades later from the writing of the other 3 gospels. And he writes very clearly his authorial intention at the end of John, that all readers may know Jesus is the Son of God, fully human and fully divine, and by believing this, access that abundant, eternal, Edenic life in his name, by putting unswerving loyalty in him, in his words, in his way of life, by saying yes all in to this person, by an active faith in Jesus, accessing the life that we all crave. And he organises the material in beautiful Jewish thinking, 3 lots of 7 words of Jesus himself, I am, echoing the word Yahweh. 7 witnesses to Jesus as the divine Son of God, the true image bearer of God. And 7 signs or wonders that he is indeed Yahweh in human form. The most referenced narrative in the whole Hebrew Bible, both in the narrative section and the poetry, is the Passover, is the full and complete deliverance of the people of Israel from oppression in slavery under Egyptian jurisdiction, breaking out, Yahweh defeating those ancient gods and delivering himself, being the deliverer through Moses of the people into the new born nation of Israel. And Jesus himself represents himself clearly in all 4 Gospels and in this Gospel in John as the Passover lamb, the fulfillment, the one whose blood was shed in order that death itself would die. The human condition would be realigned to love and yearn and desire for Yahweh's good governance, and humans would flourish once more. The atoning sacrifices for all the ways humanity falls short of God's design, who all the ways humanity misrepresents Yahweh, doesn't bear his name, violates the design. Every single way, every single sad, mad or bad thing is fully put into this Passover lamb, and in his historical execution, suffering, execution, death and burial, it all dies with him. And in his resurrection from the dead, everything, all the decreation is undone and new creation is inaugurated. And we see a beautiful encounter between Jesus and Mary in the Garden of Resurrection, where Mary recognizes, when he says her name, that intimacy was recovered, life is recovered, new creation is recovered, hope is recovered. The invitation remains for everyone, everywhere, whoever reads this historic manuscript, this scroll now put in book form, that if we believe that Jesus is fully human, fully divine, the Son of God, and we actively put our faith in him and his ways, confident in the power of his death and resurrection, we will access abundant, Edenic, new creation life in his name.